we have Mr. Olumide Ohunayo, as I was saying, our other expert, Assistant Secretary General, Aviation Roundtable. Thank you very much for coming on, Olumide.
Thank you.
And we've been looking at the situation. So you have some catching up to do. So let me just come. Let me just come to you. I'm imagining that all of this that Wole has been talking about is the fact that our refineries are, how does one put it, what they are, virtually non-existent.
Yeah.
So they're not able to help out. Would it have been helpful if our refineries were up in terms of Jet A1?
If you listen to the Minister, Honorable Minister of Aviation Research, he said they don't have a short-term solution to the fuel crisis, aviation fuel crisis. That all they have is a long-term solution. And what was this long-term solution? That waiting for Dangote refinery that's not even owned by the government. And the man can finish and say, well, I am not selling aviation fuel. I would rather sell PMS and make more money and collect subsidy directly from government. Or then the two refineries we have, Patakota and Kaduna, that they are undergoing the turnaround maintenance and will be ready. So those are the things that are waiting for. But for some of us,
the way you just said that, the way you just give us that fact, it seems like you don't seem impressed.
I'm not. I can never wait for the Patakota and Kaduna refinery for anything. Again, Dangote owns his refinery. You cannot plan.
But Nigeria is also a shareholder by force.
Until then,
by force.
You cannot plan. Okay, until when Dangote is ready to open, we cannot keep waiting for him. We must work with what we have. And what do we have? We have numerous modular refineries in the country that are not allocated crude oils. And if those modular refineries can be talked to, happily, aviation fuel is deregulated, so there's no subsidy in it. So anybody coming to refine aviation fuel will move straight into benefiting from what's already in the market. The only thing you do for us that the price will now go lower, because rather than importing now, we are buying directly from inside the Nigerian market. But again, because it's regulated, we should not be so happy. I don't expect that if it is 900 naira now, if we have it here, maybe probably will come to about 700 or 750. Not that I'm looking at half the price. But then, whatever price we have will definitely be cheaper than the cost of importing into Nigeria and using forex. And that is the beauty about it. So
it's reported to be around 903 naira.
Yes. There are 2 or 3 modular refineries in the country that are ready, but cannot even get allocation of the crude oil. And that's important. And the other hope I have...
I understand we're not able to even meet our OPEC quota for whatever reason.
Let us meet domestic quota before we talk about OPEC. Let us meet domestic quota. We need to first survive. It's when you eat that you can now say, okay, you want to give, take outside to go and sell. You must keep the one you would from your farm in the house.
So when is this situation, because it's a dire situation, we discussed earlier, which you know all about, Dana and Aero, although Wole has explained that, well, different situations, but they have they have sort of pulled out a bit and say we need to re-examine things. Yeah. So the airspace is what it is, and the rest, again, we understand it's not a charity. The airline industry is not a charity. So they have to make money. And we're hearing that fuel alone is, Wole was giving us the figure of, it could be as high as 50% of the operating costs.
Yes, at this moment, yes. At this moment, yes, because of the cost.
So are we stuck with this matter of airfares could be up to 500,000 naira in the most expensive case?
We are praying for it not to. We wish it not to. And I just hope we will not get there, because the only way I can see it moving to that amount is if the naira further devalues. It's not only the fuel now. If the naira continues to fall spiral as it's going right now, then we might get to that figure. But today, if you walk up to the counter, you want to pick a return flight to any of these 1.5 flights, you must hold about that 250,000 that Wole were discussing before I came in.
Just to be sure. And it's interesting. People probably will be able to understand, but he's explained that the domestic market is one thing. People who are used to the most popular, arguably, Nigerian destination, Heathrow, and in the UK and in the US. It's not what one would have thought, considering that most flights here have been an hour, maybe 2 hours.
The max is 1 hour, 45 minutes.
There you go.
Depending on the aircraft anyway. You can use about 2.5 hours if you use the smaller aircraft for middle.
And the UK is generally around 6 hours. So you would have done some sums in your head, but it's not as bad as that yet for a number of dynamics that have been spoken about earlier. So what does this now begin to look like? What can be done? It seems, because you've just said it, we're helpless. The airlines cannot get all the foreign exchange that they require, so they have to resort sometimes to the parallel market. We all know what that is saying. So what hope is there for this industry, the airline industry, not to collapse and shut down?
You cannot insulate the airline industry from the general economy of Nigeria. The monetary policy that is giving the economy problems is also affecting the airlines. The fuel importation crisis, which is also exacerbated by the rate of naira to the forex, is also contributing. All these are not within the purview and control of the airline. What the airline can only do is to seek government assistance, ensuring that they have more space in the official window to get spares and other necessary equipment for them to fly, provided they will not abuse this, just as they've abused the customs clearance that was given to them. Because there's that, if you go to the list of airlines applying to get bring equipment in without going to customs, you have so many organizations that have nothing to do with the aviation industry, but they're on the list. So I think it's that fair. And for me, this is my personal opinion. I feel it's time to bridge that gap between the official and the parallel market. Let us take that shot in the arm once and for all and face the bullet. Because the continuous differential is giving them for round tripping, is giving them for all you're seeing, all the games going around.
Yeah, but the problem, I'm sorry, and again, this is my opinion. This is my opinion too. We don't do things logically. The fact that going with, Olumide's suggestion is going to put a lot of people that you and I know who out of business. And that is a problem. That is the problem.
More BDCs than companies or new startups.
Exactly.
So to go the way you're saying would just mean so what will some people I don't know. So who is the priority? Is it the Nigerian system, or is it a certain level and class of business people?